Hello and welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell, Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Memorial Library. Before I get started with our program today, I want to thank TV47 for all they do to help us put the programs on, to let the community know about activities and different people in our community and things that are going on. Today I'm excited. We just finished the Marble Festival a few weeks ago, and now I have Calvin Cook, who is the Stone Supply Manager at Imerys. I said that correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Thank you for being here today, Calvin.
Well, thank you for the invite.
Great, great. We're going to talk a little bit about you, and that involves the marble and Imerys and all of that. First of all, are you from Sylacauga?
Yes, ma'am. I've lived here in Sylacauga all of my life.
All right.
Started out, I lived up in the Sycamore area where I attended school at Sycamore Junior High School.
Okay.
Came down to B.B. Comer to finish out my high school years right there, and then started work out at the quarry.
Oh, you did? Right out of high school?
Right out of high school, yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Started in 81.
81. You said you'd been there how many years?
Just a little over 38 years.
Wow, that is awesome. Not many people can say they've worked at the same place or even worked 38 years. That's
I understand.
great. Well, you must enjoy it. Enjoy the work you do.
I do. It's been great working out at the quarry all these years. I've seen lots of changes, lots of people come, lots of people go, but overall it's been really good.
That's great.
I started the process out down there stacking bags in the labor standpoint, and that had its challenges being, 18 years old and thinking, oh, these bags are really killing me.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
But throughout all of that, it was really a really good learning experience too.
I bet you learned a lot about working, as most people coming out of high school are learning to be at work on time. You got to be there every day, and all that.
That is true. You can't lay around in the bed thinking, oh, I think I just laid in the day.
That's right.
Because you got to hit the clock. We want to do what's right.
That's true.
But yeah, I've stacked a bunch of bags. I've cleaned up a bunch of floors, shoveled a lot of rocks over the past, and decided to move into some of the more technical aspects of the operation. So it's been really good. I drove haul trucks down in the quarry for a while, just to see what the mining group was like, and I don't wish that on nobody, but it is a really challenge. Oftentimes we look at these big pieces of equipment and think, hey, maybe this would be fun to do, but in the mining industry, it's really dangerous. There's some things that goes on down there that say, hey, you gotta always be looking out for one another.
I bet that's true.
Yes, and that's one of the good things about Imerys. They are safety focused and oriented on what they want to do. Before anybody takes on any task down at that point there, they are definitely getting training up front. They having somebody to go out with them to make sure that they fully understand the hazards associated with the job. I think Imerys has done a real good job.
That's great.
Yes.
That's great, because that is very important, especially young or old. Everybody needs to know. So.
The safety aspect of it is a really big deal for Imerys and the whole operations. I would say one of the first things that goes on, back when I first started, I was given a hard hat, safety glasses, and steel-toed shoes.
Yes.
But since then, safety has getting more and more into it. Nowadays, you get this hard hat, your safety glasses, steel-toe shoes, but you also issued earplugs to protect your hearing, which we don't usually think about.
True.
Oftentimes you look at, you have hand safety and things that go wrong, so everybody's given gloves, encouraged to wear gloves and to do the right thing. So
good.
So the company is definitely safety oriented.
That's great. Some of that has changed over 38 years as we've learned. I mean, as we've learned more, companies have and people have. That's great.
Right.
Good.
I think it's across the board where everybody wants to improve the safety. The people that work out there has proven to be one of the greatest assets. Oftentimes we get caught up thinking that, hey, the best thing going as far as the company is making money, but no, the greatest asset that I've learned over the years is the safety and the welfare of the people we work with each and every day.
That's great. So you've worked with a lot of people.
Yes, ma'am.
You've moved from different areas of the quarry. I know you said you started bagging and moving rocks and things like that. I guess received a little training along the way.
I did. And each stage of the game in the moving process, each one requires a different sort of skill set. Like I left the bag stacking, and I went to the mining group to drive the haul truck. So there was some training in that and the understanding the locations and the hazards associated with it. I left the mining group and came back into the production group as one of the bagger operators, which you just got to have a different perspective of products and how they should be bagged and packaged, stuff like that. And spent about a year or two bagging, and then I went into the processing department. So it's been really a good experience.
So you've done a little bit of a lot of different areas.
A lot of different areas. I came from the baggers. I went into the quality control department where we checked the samples and stuff. I've ran the wet plant processing. I've did the treated processes. I've done the slurry operations. I've done just about everything there is, and I even did a little process work when I was in the utility spot. So that allowed me to go from one process to another process, just to do little projects.
That's great.
Yes. Also we've taken a lot of training for each one of these roles. You know, even coming into the managing role, there were classes that I took to get prepared as far as to how to manage processes, manage people, stuff like that. So they offer a good bit of training. Imerys also has a program where it wants employees to continue their education and stuff, and they got employee assistance with that. So get to take advantage of those things as well.
That's great. I know so many people want to go into a job making the big bucks and being the manager, but I think the way you've done it, if you manage people, you've done what they're doing. you know, so you have a good understanding of what they've done.
Which allows me to be able to be more of a better, I would say, leader, a manager in this stage right here, because now I'm not guessing at what you're doing. I can go out here and I can just show you because I've walked in those shoes. I've taken those steps to get the processes in spec and in line.
I know the people who work for you appreciate that.
I certainly hope so.
I know they do. I know they do. Well, one thing I know we haven't talked about is I know that Imerys takes marble out of the ground. This is part of the tour I give to children. They take marble out of the ground, they grind it up, and there's marble dust in everything. I know there's more to it. What exactly does Imerys do, if you can sum that up? I don't know how easy a question that is.
But I guess Imerys, you got to bear in mind, Imerys is not only just Sylacauga. Imerys has multiple product lines in multiple places. They have operations in over 22 countries. Like 44 different production sites. So they are really huge when it comes to this. And so we are into the paints, the caulkins, the sealants, and the additives, stuff like that. That's locally for Sylacauga. They're also into the adhesive business. They're into the high temperature solutions and stuff like that. Into the oil fields business. So they are really huge.
So it's not just marble.
It's not just marble.
It's other.
It's other operations that Imerys is involved in. Don't know what all products that is made out at Imerys globally, but I know about the products made here in Sylacauga.
That's great.
And what it has done for us and how we use it. You know, and it's surprising that how often you come in contact with something that has calcium carbonates in it.
I bet.
Yeah, even down to the food industry. You know, at one point in time, I mean, Tom's is it's calcium carbonate. It's calcium carbonate. Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
So we are really diversified in that. And because of that, I've seen the times of when the economy has been down and stuff like that, we've always continued to ship products because we're so diverse.
That is great.
Which is good.
Well, that's great. We're certainly glad you're here. We're going to pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back to talk some more with Calvin.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell from the B.B. Comer Memorial Library. I'm talking with Calvin Cook, who is the Stone Supply Manager at Imerys. We've talked a lot about Imerys, and you're working there for a little over 38 years. I'm still impressed with that, very impressed with that. I tell you, I probably didn't know a lot about y'all, what you did until the Marble Festival started, and then with what I do at the library, I help give tours to mostly children's groups, students that come through, and I've learned so much about marble and about marble industry. It's not just beautiful sculptures, it's calcium carbonate that's in, like you said, everything. Just about bread and cookies and Tums and lipstick and diapers and all of that.
That's
so
right.
Have you seen the Marble Festival, or what, you've worked with that some, haven't
Yes,
you?
ma'am.
Yeah.
We've had the Marble Festival and been a part of it. You know, one of the biggest contacts for, you know, working with the city on the Marble Festival is Carla Persons, who has done a great job down there to help set things up, and she's calling saying, look, we want to do tours, and they want Dr. Ted Spears, he's called and said, look, what are y'all going to do? So we got the observation point down there, and what we've done is set it up with some of our engineers and stuff that we would take on. You know, one of the groups that come for the Marble City Festival is a elementary class out of Montgomery that comes every year.
They do, yes.
We try to make sure that we would greet them out there, show them, talk to them about what the marble quarry is. We also allow them to get samples of the marble.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, those kids running around. And we also got one of the engineers to come out and talk about the history of the marble and stuff like that, and how we developed the mines and the pits.
Wonderful.
So it's a really exciting thing for them. But not only the elementary class, we also do tours for the city. When they bring in visitors out, we want to make sure we meet one or two of the groups out there to talk about, you know, the history of the quarry and what we do each and every day. So we've been really instrumental, I would say, in giving a tour.
Yes.
So one of the things, we got the observation site where we set up and we greeting everybody, but we also decided to let people take trips through the site.
Okay, yes.
Yes, one of the things that happens is you can come to, we allow them to go through the site to see the big sign that said, Imerys, the world's largest marble mine, and we also take them through some of the plants and let them go out and look at the back side of the pit that you can't see from the observation point.
Yes, to see what really goes on back
What's
there.
really happening, because generally on the days that they've done that we're doing the tours, everybody's still working. So the pit is active. We're drilling, we're blasting. You know, we're moving stone from out of the pits to the washing and crushing circuits. Get a chance to see the washing and crushing circuit itself. Hopefully always with stone coming off the belt. So I think it's a really neat thing. I've answered many questions about what's going on in there.
I bet.
While doing the tour.
That's so nice to see it. I guess I think of marble being cut out in big chunks, and maybe it is, but it's also, like you said, it's washed and crushed and shipped and goes all over the world.
It does. We at Imerys and Silicaga, we don't cut out the dimension blocks anymore.
Right.
What we do is we grind and process everything. It could go from the size and landscape chips being like greater than a half inch.
I never thought about that.
To something just as fine as powder. I mean, just really fine, 1 micron materials type stuff that we ship. We also ship in the form of slurries, bulk trucks, 1,000-pound bags, 2,000-pound bags. So we just really a wide variety of things.
That's great. That's great. We don't always know that. we don't know what's going on.
No, I mean, we'll probably, I mean, Imerys, Silicaga, we probably move our finished goods probably greater than 1 million tons a year. A finished product.
Goodness.
all mined and packaged down here in Silicaga.
That's great. And you know, part of the Marble Festival, the goal is to bring industries out to that area.
That's right.
Because everything, just about everything has marble dust, calcium carbonate in it, so why don't you build a plant out there? And that's happened.
It has, and the good thing about it is you can't pick it up and move it. So
Yes,
that is the great thing about it.
That is.
I think that's one of the good things about Imerys and what's going on with it, especially for us local here in Silicaga, right? You can't take this here and move it.
Right, you can't move the
Right.
quarry, so y'all are here.
We are, and it's been really good. I'm like the second generation in my family. My father worked at the quarry years ago.
Goodness, yes.
I work at it. My son now works at it.
Oh,
I got a
that's great.
son-in-law that works there as well.
Yeah.
So it's really been good for Calvin and the family.
I bet.
mean,
That's
it's great.
Good. So many industries I know pack up and move overseas, maybe because it's cheaper. I hate that they do, but it's about making the profit. Is what you got to do. So
That's right.
I'm glad that the marble is here.
It's here.
That's
and they
great.
can't pick it up and move it neither.
That's true. That is
So that's been
true.
really a good thing. You know, over the years, I've seen Imerys grow from, just we were a small Thompson and Wyman operation to now that it was Thompson and Wyman, Georgia Marble, and Moretta Hair, and they all combined to be one over the years. So that helped made us the world's largest marble mine.
Imerys is the world's largest.
Marble mine, yes,
Wow.
ma'am.
That's exciting. They're a great
Right
company.
here in Silicaga.
Right here, I know. And people still don't know.
No, still don't know. But hopefully after today they'll get a good feel for it.
I think so. And the site too, the observation site is wonderful. If you've never been out there, it's going towards Fayetteville, but it's just half a mile.
Half a mile down the road, and it's got a sign. I think it's open from like 8:30 in the morning to like 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Right.
You can just drive out there and it's open to the public. You get a view of the North Quarry. You can see across all the way to the South Quarry. From that point there, from distance, I think last check, we were like 2.2 miles away from where you would be standing to the back of the pit.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
and you can see the tree lines and part of the pit in the very far back.
I like there's of course a fence, and then there's the walkway. There's a little concrete sidewalk
ma'am.
and some signage, so you
And
can
some plaques
see.
that tell the little history about what's going on
great.
and
That's
how it
great.
was developed. So it's been really good. I'll tell you, not only has Imerys been good for me, but I think it's been really good for Silicaga because
yes.
I can remember when before the airport got as long as what it is, you used to drive straight through the middle of the airport to get to the quarry. The rest of that stuff off to the side was woods.
Oh,
It was a wooded
goodness,
area.
yeah.
And you look at all the businesses that have grown up around the marble business, not just Imerys, but there are other operations right here locally as well.
Yes. Yeah,
Because-
I think that's great.
Yeah, it is. One of our biggest customers is right next door to us. We're in Heritage
really?
Plastics. Yes,
Oh my
ma'am.
goodness, yeah.
So we ship them a lot as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was a good strategic move for them to get here, which was a good help for us.
Yeah.
I've seen the trucking companies come in. You got J&M has a hub right down here.
Okay.
Got B&H right there. The IKO operation just came.
Yes.
Right, and we supply products to them and get goods and services from the trucking company.
That's great.
So
That's good for you, it's good for them, and it's certainly good for Silicaga. More
ma'am.
jobs, because we desperately need more industry here.
We do.
So that's what we're hoping. More industry will come, the kinds that use marble.
and I'm sure that Imerys wants to be a major player in the community involvement and stuff like that.
Well, they are. I know they're a major player at the library. We're, in and out sometimes, see different people. We appreciate you, your sponsorship of things that we do. So it's awesome. Y'all are a great community partner for us.
Yes,
That's
very good.
Well, we're going to pause for another commercial break. Hope you'll join us when we come back.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Silicaga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell talking with Calvin Cook from Imerys, one of the quarries here. Very excited. I've learned a lot just talking with you today, Calvin. Great. Now we talk about the marble, and there's so much marble there. You've been there 38 years. We haven't used it up, have
No,
we?
ma'am.
No.
When I first started, they said we had like 30 years of proven stone, and it's 8 years past that.
Oh, great.
And with my time that I spent here in the quarry, I can look at it and see there's just as much exposed nowadays as it was when I started.
Oh my goodness.
But you know, it just doesn't stop with what we currently see. We got drilling expeditions going on all the time. Right now, there's a current drilling episode going on now, searching to find out where's the closest marble that we can achieve.
Okay.
So what we will do is that drilling helps us to dictate our next stripping phases.
Okay.
Right now we're really not that wide, and I think we'll sit just on the crest of the marble, so it's just got to get wider and wider, and we'll expose more and more marble.
That's great.
I don't think I'm gonna worry about running out of marble before my time passes, and hopefully before any of the other people that's working there as well.
That's true. That's great.
It's just the challenges. The deeper it gets, the more challenging it is, which in turns require more work to uncover it. So it's just a continuous something.
It's just always something
Always.
not worrying about, but just exploring where to find new places to drill. And I never thought about how deep it gets. It gets pretty deep.
It gets
doesn't
pretty.
it?
Yes, ma'am.
Several
We
hundred.
have core drill holes at 400 and 500 feet deep, and you know, you just pick and choose where you're going to stop at for this point, and you come back years later, and you move the overburden and stuff, and then you drill again. Just to keep chasing them all. But it's really neat. You would need to see the operation. I've had the opportunity to spend some time with the core drillers out there to see how they do it. And you know, that's kind of unique. They come out in a round tube, a cylinder, and you split the marble open to see what your quality of stone is.
Okay.
So it's a bunch to the mining thing that nobody ever seems to take into consideration. Even before opening the pits, there's a lot of work going on for people, you know, finding the marble, seeing is it feasible to do it. Then you got mining geologists that take care of that. We got mining engineers that line out how the pit designs and stuff going to be for us to best mine and strip the processes.
You don't just go out there and start explosions and expose them. No, I know that's not. I know that's true. That you don't do that. That wouldn't be. Wouldn't be good.
No.
But it is nice if you go to the site we were talking about. We call it the Big Blue Hole.
You know, yes.
That was one of the original quarries, I believe.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's not used anymore?
No, right now we're using it for processed water.
Oh, okay.
Because
So it is used, but not for marble.
Not for marble, no ma'am. Not at this point. Some years down the road it may be, as we develop the other pits in the back, that we may open it up wider and de-water it to get back, because there's marble back up under it.
Oh, goodness.
When we left
there
off
it is. There's a picture of it right there.
Yes.
It is so nice to be able to read and look and pick up little pieces of marble laying around.
Yeah.
I know. I think every child in town and Montgomery and other places have a little piece of marble, and that's so fun.
They do, and it's good. It's good to know that. Yeah. One of the great things about the marble industry, oftentimes when I was coming up as a kid, you know, we was thinking, well, I'm going to go to the quarry and I'm going to stack bags and I'm going to shovel rock and stuff like that. But it's a little bit more technical than that after you get into the process.
I'm sure.
There's all kind of jobs. So anybody out there that think they want to come into the quarry field, and they say, you know, most young millennials nowadays say, I need to make the big dollars. But in order to get there, you've got to get your education.
That's right.
Because like I said, we have process engineers. We got all types of engineers that works in there. In some of our other operations, we have scientists as well. Because Imerys is really like I said, huge, and we do a lot of research on our products to develop new products. So there's plenty of opportunities. We got things from bag stackers to forklift drivers to production operators to haul truck drivers to heavy equipment operators. It's a really huge deal with multiple jobs inside of the process.
That's great. That's great. I know y'all employ a lot of people from
Yeah,
Silicon.
somewhere around, we're currently employed somewhere about 270 people, I think.
Oh, wow.
Some of
That's
the
great.
operations work around the clock.
Oh, really?
7 days
So
a week.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Well, I guess you just keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep it going. That's great. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. And you've had a great career, and still do have a great career with them. 38 years. That's
38 years.
that's impressive.
And
I
it
think.
got a long way to go. But the marble is not leaving us, so.
That's true. That's
So
true.
this
It'll
is
be
really
here
great.
a long time. Well, I would encourage you maybe next year during the Marble Festival to sign up for a tour to be able to see exactly what goes on. That's really neat. That's really, a friend of mine went on a tour and she said, you need to have Calvin Cook on TV. He can tell you all about it because he's been there a while. So that's why I gave you a call, and I'm so glad I did. I saw you on the Discovering Alabama video, and you've made commercials. Is that for the Marble Festival
Yes,
this
ma'am.
year? Yeah. So you're a TV star all around.
I don't know about the star part, but I've been involved.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but it's definitely good.
Good,
And it's
good.
great that you invited me out.
Well, I'm
To
glad to be.
attend. I was glad to be able to come.
Well, we've got about a minute left or so. Anything else going on at the quarry right now? I know you said y'all are always exploring and looking for different places to drill and different kinds of marble, different, I guess, the impurity, looking at the pure white marble and all that.
I just encourage people to want to come to work at the quarry, because we're always looking for that next great workers, for people
I
to
bet you are.
move up and make a career out of it.
Yes.
My philosophy has always been, I'm going to earn my living there, and I want the younger people to come earn theirs there, so that
Yes.
if I'm fortunate to get to my retirement,
Oh,
we
you're
keep
right.
everything rolling, right?
That's right, because
It's a big opportunity for everybody. There's no doubt about it. Imerys is a really diverse company. I probably should have said that earlier, but there are lots of people from different countries, different origins that work at the quarry.
Okay, I
Yes,
hadn't thought
it's-
about that. It's a nice
It
way to
is,
make it.
because they're a global company. They are really diverse in what they're doing. Our current operation manager right now is Vince Willis. He's been there for almost a year now. So I've seen a lot of operation managers over the time, but all the time the operation continues to flow through.
That's right, that's right. You've met a lot of people from other countries. That's
I have.
very
I
interesting.
have worked with a lot of them. It's really neat.
I bet. Well, that's great. Well, I do appreciate you being here, and we appreciate what Imerys does for our community. Very active in the community, I know, and we appreciate what you do for the community, for the library, for our city, and what all of you do. I would encourage you to sign up for a tour next year,
Yes.
and then go out to the site right now and look at it. Well, on a beautiful day, the big blue hole looks
Yes,
beautiful.
right.
But thank you again, Calvin, for being
Well,
here.
thank
and
you, Mandy, for
thank you
inviting me.
thank you for joining us on Library Connection.
All right. Have a good.